Who is Nekorb? From the outside, their family seemed to be decent. A loving father and mother with one beautiful child who appeared to have all their needs met. But this family actually had 2 children, a daughter and a son, Nikasa and Degamad. The neighbors and family was only ever allowed to meet just one. They were told their daughter had an awful disease, a horrid and contagious disease. Of course, this was a lie. You see, Nekorb, or rather, Nikasa, wasn't meant to be born. A demon and a wolf hybrid. Surely something must have gone wrong with the parents themselves. Her father a wolf, and her mother a demon. And this world entities such as her mother were forbidden to procreate with mortals, for fear of terrible things happening to that child. A child made from a demon was damned to go to hell. No happiness nor any acceptance would be granted to them in the mortal realm. That never stopped them from procreating, however. Her parents had a firstborn named Degamad. Degamad was smaller than usual, of course. He was also an accident, but smaller than your typical offspring of a demon and a mortal. Against all odds, Degamad was a normal wolf, despite demon blood coursing through his veins. As a result, Degamad was treated like a normal boy, attending school, meeting friends, his mortal family, participating in extracurricular activities. Life was great for our sweet boy Degamad, so much that when his parents decided to procreate again, they had no fear of their second offspring becoming what he eventually became. Nikasa was born broken. Her eyes glowed, her tusks poking through her muzzle, and when she cried, fierce wings and horns emerged from within her, rendering her a mistake, an abomination. Hidden from the sight of mortals, all while watching her older brother do everything Nikasa wanted to do. Watching her parents fight daily, her father, despite him being a mortal and procreating with a demon, hated his demon daughter, abused sweet little Nikasa daily, only to be saved by her mother countless times. There were obvious favorites in the family, and clearly, no matter what the circumstances, Nikasa and Degamad's mother loved them both and showed them nothing but affection and kindness and unconditional love. When the eldest turned 18, something horrible happened. Their father conjured up a horrible idea, a horrid, evil, and broken idea. He thought to himself, what if I was to rid my family of my mistakes of sleeping with a demon? And so, in the dead of night, he woke up Degamad, told him of his awful plan. Nikasa's father drove a stake into their mother's heart, nothing but a cloud of black and dust filling the room. Degamad watching in silence and excitement, watching his mother vanishing into thin air. Nikasa, however, was fast asleep, but was quickly awoken by the smell of ash and decay. She was quickly greeted by Degamad's hands around her throat. Nikasa's father lingered over, watching Degamad attempt to take her life. But of course, Nikasa succeeded them. Wings and fire bursted from her as she vanished into the night. Horrible laughter erupted from her childhood home as they believed they succeeded in destroying her. It was a tragedy. It was a scandal. Where would Nikasa go at only the age of 16? As the years went by, however, Nikasa transitioned into a male, living his life among mortals, making his friends, acquaintances, and occasional lovers. And Nikasa became Nekorb. He concealed himself in an apartment, working alongside mortals just like any other, his demon eye constantly being questioned, only to come up with the excuse of, "It's because I'm lacking pigmentation." But nothing could excuse his unbelievably tall manner. Coming at 9 feet tall, our boy was rather large. It wasn't uncommon for those half-demon or even full demon to be so incredibly tall. But there were a few rare instances among mortals reaching that height. As long as Nekorb concealed his horns and wings in fire, who would know? Through his obviously rough childhood, he still grieved for the loss of his mother, still hoping that she is alive, and well, maybe she really did return to hell, like everyone said she did, where she belongs.